What's up, everybody? I'm going to be giving you some predictions for the World Athletics World Championship that's going to be happening this year, 2022, in about 10 days. It's going to be in Eugene, Oregon. I think it's from July 15th to the 23rd, I believe. And as a fan of the sport, I'm just a fan, I'm not a professional runner, I'm not a expert or sports analyst, but just a fan. I want to show you guys my predictions. So I'm going to be doing the placement of all the people who I believe is going to be in the final for each of the shorter sprints and the 800 meters. Those are the only events that I really follow and know about. I might do a field events to follow up with this, but I'm just going to focus on the shorter sprints, the hurdles, and the 800 meters. And I'm going to be giving myself a total score. So each placement in the final is going to give me a certain score. And I'm also going to look at how accurate I am. You know, if I say someone's going to be in fourth place, did they actually get in fourth place? So I got the spreadsheet going. You can see I'm kind of serious. Not really, though. But yeah, let's check out the 100 meters first, because I know that's going to be probably the marquee event. So let's go to the 100 meters. So with the men's. Now, I think we all know who first place is going to be. He needs no introduction. Everybody in track and field pretty much knows about him by now. But I'm going to unhide the cell for now. Fred Curley. He's been killing it this year. We all know what he's about. He's about business. He's about that action, as Marshawn Lynch would say. So I believe he's going to get first. 9.76, season's best, happened at the trials. He ran 3 rounds. 2 of the rounds had 9.7 in it. So you could see he could do this in the round. So I don't see anyone else who could pop out 9.7s in rounds other than him. Yeah, at least for right now. So second position, this one was a little bit tough, but I kind of got it. I wanted to be a little loyal on this one and give him another chance this year. So we got Trayvon. We all know what happened last year at the Olympics. He wasn't the best coming out of. Well, he didn't. He looked the best going into the Olympics, but we saw what happened at the Olympics. But I think this year is going to be his redemption year. He's kind of been showing it. He's got a different swag about him this year. So I think he's going to pull something for sure. And I think he does have a crazy time in him right now. He ran 9.7 as a season opener. He just has to put it together in the race, because that final at the U.S. trials didn't really look so good. So I think he has some room for improvement. So I got him at second. Third one. Let's go. All right. I got to give it up to the one who won the last World Championship in 2019 in Doha, Christian Coleman. It's his first year back, but he did run a 9.87 at the U.S. trials, so I think he could pull it off this year. I don't think he's going to win it. Definitely not. He's not going to have the kind of season he had in 2019. He's still coming back of 2 years of not running. So, yeah, I'll give him third. I give him a solid third. Bronze medal. Yeah, I'm sure he'll come back again next season and do something better. So, fourth was a little tough again. But Marcel, we all know Lamont's been injured this year. Ever since Kenya, he's just been kind of going down. He's been going to meets, pulling out. We don't really know what the state of his body is right now. It's a little hard to tell the way he keeps pulling out of stuff. But Lamont is he's a championship runner. Based on what we saw last year, nobody expected him to get gold at the Olympics for the 100 meter, but he did it. And I think this year, I think he's going to run well if he runs. I heard he's in Oregon already, so that means he most likely plans to run. So if he does run, I'm going to give him a fourth. I think he's very relaxed as a sprinter, has the mechanics. I would have him at third, but if he's hurt, I don't think we're going to see the times we saw last year out of him. That's for sure. If he wasn't hurt, man, I'd have him at second to Fred, but he's looking pretty hurt this year, so I don't know about that. I give him fourth. And fifth place, I gotta go with Mr. Klutz, Andre DeGrasse. I just can't count him out. I know he's gonna be in the final. He's gonna find a way to make the final. He hasn't been running too fast this year, but I think he did say he had something wrong with his foot, so I think he's gonna put it together by the World Championships. I heard he was coming off of COVID recently, so maybe that's gonna rest his legs a bit if he needs some healing to be done, and he'll come out and I think he'll get a solid placement here. Fifth place, I mean, it's not a medal position, but the 100 meters are so deep this year. But he's clutch. I gotta go with him on that one. Next one, Marvin Bracey. I might get a lot of flack for this one, but even though Marvin has run fast, he ran 9.85 at the U.S. trials. He's still a little bit inconsistent of a runner. I mean, honestly, even though I have him at sixth, I could see him getting a medal if Trayvon is not on his stuff. Maybe, if they're in the lanes adjacent to each other and Trayvon falls off and Marvin tries to keep up with Trayvon in that start, I think we could possibly see him medal. But honestly, I don't know. I got to put some respect on Andre, who's been to championships many times. Lamont, who seems like a championship runner. I got to give it to those guys. And Kristen Coleman as well. But Bracey, I think he's going to give everybody a good run. For sure. Definitely. Next one, Oblique Seville. He's been running really good this year. He ran 8.6. He's definitely getting better and better every year. He's training down in the MVP track club with I believe Coach Francis. So, he's gonna pop up. He's gonna run a good time. But I mean, I don't see him medaling. I don't see him being up with the big guys right now. I saw him at the trials. He was running the rounds pretty easy and then lost to Johan. So that kind of makes me think, he looked like he was going to win in the Jamaican trials, but he didn't. So I'm not sure about him right now. I got him at solid seventh. In the final, he will make the final. And I got Ferdinando Manyala getting eighth. Yep. I'm not convinced by his running in Kenya being translated to other places. Last year in the Olympics, he did not make it out the semifinal, I believe. And I think he will make the final this year because he does seem to be running better. I definitely don't see him medaling. I don't see him beating anyone else on this list here. But I see him making the final and, giving a decent run. I foresee him probably doing better at Commonwealth Games, but not for the World Championships. There's just too many top runners, top gunners in the U.S. that's running fast. So, and I know Johan Blake, I definitely could have put Johan in this, but his age right now, I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be able to hang with it. If Oblique puts it together, I could see Oblique edging out Johan's time in the semifinal. Like, if they were both in the semifinal, I could see Oblique. Because I think Oblique just made a rookie mistake in that Jamaican trial. So, Johan, I think he was running pretty hard. But I don't know if I have him making the final, to be honest. Now we go to the women's 100. All right, this one, pretty challenging. There's a lot of great women athletes in the 100 meters, so it did make this a little challenging. But here are the picks. First one, got to go with Shelly. She's been running 10.6s this year. She's going hard. She always goes hard every year. Yeah. It's going to be a close race. but I think Shelly is gonna run something special this year with the way she's been running so far. She just looks untouchable. Second, I'm not gonna count on Elaine Thompson. I know she hasn't been running where people thought she would be after having such a phenomenal season last year, but Elaine, I think she's gonna put it together for the World Championships, even though she historically hasn't run well in World Championships. I mean, coming off of a 10-5 season, how can she not be in the top two? I don't see that happening. I don't see anyone else being able to beat her. Even if she's hurt, even if she has these things going on, I think she's going to pop a good time for sure. Third place, yep, I said it's going to be a Jamaican sweep. Sarika Jackson for third. She won the Jamaican trials, but, you know, that's just a Jamaican trials. I don't think Elaine really takes that serious. So, Sarika, it's going to be a Jamaican sweep again. No news there. These are three phenomenal athletes on the women's side in the 100 meters. And fourth, all right, I got to give it to Aaliyah Hobbs. She's been there on the world stage. I mean, it's been mostly in relays, I believe, but she's been running well, very consistent, 10.8s, very consistently. She's been running 10.8s, so I got to put her at fourth. And she's going to put on for the U.S. I don't know if she's going to be able to beat Sarika, but she's going to put on for the U.S. for sure. And for fifth, got the winner of the U.S. Outdoor Championships this year, Melissa Jefferson. I think she's going to run really well. She's got a good mind on her shoulders. I saw her on that interview at Race Take. Shout out to Race Take. It was really good hearing her story. And I think she's going to continue and run well. She's going to make it to the final. Definitely. She's got the mind for it. So, next one, Kamboji. She is consistently there in these finals in the 100 and 200. She's always in the mix. Very consistent. She's kind of like Andre DeGrasse, except she doesn't win medals, unfortunately. But she's always in the mix. I got to put her there. And she's also run, what was it, a 9.89 or 9.87? I mean, not 9.89. 10.87 or 10.89. I forgot which time she actually ran recently. But got to have her in there too, for sure. TT Terry, I got her at 7th. I think she's going to run well. She's been running 10.8s this year. She's been consistent as well. So I think she's going to put on for Dennis Mitchell's training group for sure. She's going to show up. But I don't know if she's going to beat these other women, to be honest. And another woman that's always in the mix, Marie-José Talou, got her at 8th. And I heard she's been lifting weights this year, but I don't know how that's been doing for her. She hasn't run too fast. I think she ran 10.99 maybe, or 11 flat. She hasn't really gone down to the fast times. But she's been on the world stage before. Yeah, I think she can handle the pressure. All right, so moving on now. Going to go to the 200. All right, 200 meters. The men's. This was a tough one. A lot of talent this year, but let's get into it. First place, I got to go with Noah Lyles. This man's been on a mission this year. I think he abandoned the 100 meters just because there's another person that's right next to him that's younger. He doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't want to get beat. So I got him winning. He's been running faster and faster. I don't think what happened last season is going to happen again. So Noah Lyles for first. Next, Ariane Knighton. This guy is a phenom. He's been running fast. He's been running fast this year. The 19.49 that he opened up with was crazy. He ran well at the trials. He got second to Noah Lyles, but he made a lot of mistakes in that race, and I think he's going to put it together and run something fast. But I think Noah's going to have a response for him at the World Championships. But Ariane being 18 years old, just graduating high school and getting a silver medal, that's wild. And a sprint too. This is a sprint. this is big stuff. And I think Arion is going to pull it off for sure. He's going to run fast. This final is going to be fast, I believe. I think it's going to have to be like a 19.5, 19.4. And I think Noah has that in him. I think he could do a 19.4 if Arion decides to pop out a 19.4 this year. So third, got to go with Mr. Klutz, Andre DeGrasse. Won gold last year. He's been working through some issues this year, but I think he's going to at least get third to Noah and Arion for sure. Next, we got Fred Curley. I don't think he's going to pull off a double. There's just so much talent in this 200 meters that I don't foresee him getting top 3 in the 200. So yeah, I think the 100 is going to be a good amount. I definitely see Fred Curley doing a double maybe next year. But he's definitely improved. I think he's going to keep improving. We could see him being the 100 meter, 200 meter champ in the years to come. But I don't foresee it happening this year, though. Next, Jareem Richards of, I believe, Trinidad, right? Trinidad and Tobago. He's going to run well. He ran 19.83 in the rain recently. So I definitely see him running faster than 19.83. But I don't see him beating Fred, but yeah, I see him being a solid 5th. He's been pretty consistent. I think he got the medal, the indoor 400 meter medal this year. So he's been doing a lot of different events. But yeah, I'll see him doing really well if he's going to run this 200, which I believe he is. Yeah, he's running the 200 this year. So Kenny, I might get beat up for this. Not beat up, but Kenny Bednarek, I mean, he won the silver medal last year, but he said he's been working through some injuries. And I think those injuries are going to catch up with him, as I do foresee this being a fast final. He did get 4th in the U.S. trials to Curley, but I think Jareem Richards would have, I think he's going to run faster than Bednarek. Bednarek is, I think he just he's going to be on the road to recovery this year. Next, I got Luxolo Adams. This guy's been running 19.8s. He ran it once in the Diamond League. He ran it again recently. So I definitely think he's definitely going to be in the final for sure. If you run 19.8, you're going to be in that final automatically. I don't know his history. I mean, not that I don't know his history, but if you run 19.8 twice, you can definitely make a final. So that's why he's there. And you got Joseph Vombley, NCAA champion. I think he's definitely going to be there. I don't know how fast he's going to run this year. I don't know if he's going to run faster than the 19.84 he ran at NCAAs. But I definitely see him making that final for sure. So now we got the women's 200 meter. This one wasn't really that hard. There's some top talent in this one. But first, we got Sarika Jackson. She ran 21.55, which is a phenomenal time. That's close to what Elaine ran last year. So I definitely see her winning this. I don't see anybody touching her in this 200 meter at all. She's in the form of her life, it seems. And she's been slowly getting back. Not getting back, but she's been improving this year. She ran the 60, so she's been working on that start, and I think she's going to put it all together after that 100 meters. Second, I got Elaine Thompson. Elaine always shows up for championships, especially after last year. She's run fast. I don't think in a year, she's been running some decent times in the 200, 22s, low 22s. But I think she's going to put it together for the championship like she did last year. So third, I got Abby Steiner. She's been very consistent this year. Had a phenomenal collegiate season. I think she's going to get that bronze. Definitely. Next, Tamara Clark. She's been steadily improving. Second at the U.S. trials. She's sub 22 at the trials. And yeah, I can see her getting 4th. I can see her improving on that 21.94 she had. And I also see Favor of Philly making a comeback for Nigeria in this 200 meter. I don't think she's gonna be Abby Steiner again, like what happened at SECs in the NCAA SEC championship. But I see her in this final though. She ran 21.96 this year. So I think once you run 21, you can come back to that. So we'll see what happens. And unfortunately, I got the reigning world champion at 6th. Yeah, it's been a rough year for Dina. I think she's been running 22 mid. I think she ran a few 22 lows. But yeah, I don't see her running too fast in that final. Unless he just pops out and runs a fast time. I mean, that's definitely possible. I could be wrong about that, but I see these points, and I think I'm going to put her at 6th. So we'll see what happens. Kambunji, she's always going to be in the mix. I don't got to say too much. She's consistent. She's misconsistent. That's what I'm going to call her. Misconsistent. She's always there. And I got Talu again. She was in the 200 meter final last year. I think she's going to make it again. I think she's going to put it together. For sure. And that's the 200 meters. All right. So 400 meter. Let's do it. First, I got Steven Gardner. He's always winning medals. He's been winning medals since Doha. I think, did he win it in Rio? I forget if he won it in Rio. I think he did. I think he did win in Rio. I'm blanking out on his history. But we all know he's been winning a lot recently. He's been running 43s every final. So same thing's going to happen this year. I don't see anybody beating him. He's just very consistent in this event. Michael Norman. I think this year's his time. He's running with a chip on his shoulder. And I think he's gonna do well. He's been running 43s all year. He's been running some fast times. So, and in the trials, he ran a 43 after doing all those rounds. So I think he can do that again and get that second place, get that silver medal, or get some kind of medal. I don't think he's leaving Eugene without a medal. Definitely not. Karani James is always consistent. He's been winning medals since Rio in 2016. I think even before then he was winning medals as well, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken on that, but he's consistent. He's always going to medal in the 400. He's always going to run well when it matters. So Karani for 3rd. Randolph Ross, I think he's going to redeem himself at Eugene. He didn't run as well as he wanted to in NCAAs. He didn't run as well as he wanted to at the U.S. Outdoor Championships. So I think he's going to redeem himself. He's going to work with Coach Ross, and I think they're going to put it together. Matthew Hudson-Smith has been solid this year in the 400 meters. I think he's going to do well in this final. I don't think he's going to medal, but I think he's going to run very well. He's been running 44 mid this year pretty consistently. He's won some races. And I think he's going to do it this year. He's going to be behind Randolph Ross. Michael Cherry has not been consistent. He opened up with a 44 mid, but he's been running 45s ever since. I'm not sure what's going on. He might be plagued with an injury. He did have the bye, so he didn't have to run at the U.S. Outdoor Championship. But yeah, I don't see him beating most of these people. But he might be able to put something together for Eugene, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be enough to beat everyone else here. Champion Allison, he did run that quick 43 at the U.S. Outdoor Championships. He ran 43.70, I think, second to Michael Norman. But this is the big stage. He's had a long collegiate season. I think he is going to make the final. I'm not sure if he has another 43 in his legs to run, but I could be wrong. But I'm willing to say, I think I'm going to say that he's going to get 7th behind Michael Cherry, who's been at championships before. So 8th, I got Lee Marvin Bonavacia. from the Netherlands. And he was in the final last year in Tokyo. And he ran 45, but there's going to be someone in this 400 meter that runs like a 45.0. I think that's going to be him, unless he's going to run 44 high. But yeah, I don't see anyone that runs over 45. Anyone else that runs over 45 and over being in this final. So I got him. He was 8th, I think, last year in Tokyo. First place for the women's, I got Sonia Miliwibo. That's very obvious. We all know what she's done. She's kind of like Stephen Gardner. They're both Bahamian, sorry. And they've just been killing it in the 400 meters. She's going to run 48 something. It's already in the books. Not much to say right there. Paulino has been consistent. She's been fast and consistent since last year. I think she won the Diamond League in the 400 meters. The Diamond League final in the 400 meters. So we all know she's going to do very well. But I don't think she's on Sonia's level yet. But I definitely see her being on Sonia's level in the future. She's going to be killing it very soon. Next, I got Stephanie M. McPherson. I think she's going to redeem herself from a disappointing Tokyo Olympics last year when she almost medaled and Allyson Felix medaled in front of her. Allyson Felix was able to medal, but she was 4th. I think she's going to get 3rd this year. I think she's going to put it together. She's a veteran. I see her putting Jamaica on in this 400 meters. And I think it's going to happen. I got Candice McLeod in 4th for this event. I think Candice is going to run solid. I don't think she's going to have enough to medal. I think Stephanie Ann is going to outrun her in this 400 meters, but I think she's going to be a solid 4th this year. Talitha Diggs, I think she's going to get 5th. The U.S. 400 meters for the women has not been very strong this year. So much that a collegiate has been putting out the top times. So I think Talitha Diggs is going to do well for the U.S. She did well at the trials, and I see it happening again at Eugene. But she ran well for Florida. She's coached by Coach Holloway, so she's definitely gonna run something special here. But I don't know if it's gonna be in. I don't think she's gonna medal. Next, I would say Cherokee Young of Jamaica again. She's run 49s this year, I believe. So I see her doing well. She runs for A&M, but yeah, I definitely see her doing well. Here, getting 6th behind Talitha Diggs. We got Kendall Ellis, who ran solidly at the U.S. Outdoor Championships. I see her getting 7th. Yeah, not much to say there. I think she ran 50 point something, 50.0. Maybe might be her season's best, I think. But yeah, I see her being 7th. And Roxana Gomez, not a big name, but she has run, I think, 49 mid last year in Tokyo. She pulled up in the 400 meter final last year in Tokyo. But if you can run sub 50, I think you can make this women's 400 meter final. I don't think it's too strong this year that 49 is not going to make the final. She hasn't run 49 this year yet, but I think she can pull off a 49 at the World Championships. I believe she runs for Cuba. But yeah, I see her being in that final as well. Now, on to the hurdles. Men's 400 meter hurdles. It's going to be the same thing like last year. Hansel Parsmet winning it. He's clutch. He performs when it matters. Need I say more? He's probably one of the only guys to beat Holloway in a big championship like this. So I got to put him up there at first. Grant Holloway I got next. He's going to put it all together. He hasn't run much this year, but I think he's gonna put it together in this World Championship. Grant Holloway, we already know what he's capable of. I think he's gonna do something special. Third, I got Devin Allen. He has the fastest time this year, 12:84. But the way he ran the Outdoor Championship final, didn't look like he was in as good form as I thought he was going to be. He lost to Trey Cunningham and Daniel Roberts. So, but I think he's going to come back. I think he's going to put it all together for this. I think he's going to do well and at least try to get a medal. I think he's going to at least try to get a medal out of it before he starts his football season. Next, I got Trey Cunningham, the top collegiate of this year. He is going to do something special. He's actually for Adidas now. He's no longer running for Florida. He's running for Adidas now, so he's pro. And I think he's gonna run well as well. Daniel Roberts. He won the U.S. Championship, but based on his performance in the past, I don't know how he's gonna do on the world stage. He's somewhat inconsistent, so I don't think I could put him in top 3 yet. But I think he'll run solidly. He'll be a solid 5th after all the rounds. And that, after this, I got Swiss athlete Jason Joseph. He's solid. I think he usually runs like 13.1 around there. But yeah, I can see him making this final. I'm trying to think if he made the final in Tokyo. I'm not sure if he made the final in Tokyo. But he's a solid 110-meter hurdle runner. I can see him making the final for sure. He's run solidly this year. I think he's running 13-1 this year. I think he did win the Swiss national championships as well. So, yeah, I could see him first or second. I forgot which one, but I could see him doing well here. And we have Pascal Montinat-Lagarde from France. He was in the final of the 110-meter hurdles in Tokyo, and I can see him doing that again. Can't really vote against people that have made it in the past consistently. He didn't run the fastest last year before Tokyo, but he was able to make the final. So I think similarly this year, he's going to put something together to make the final. And I have Rafael Pereira from Brazil. He's run solidly this year. I think he's a 13-0, 13-1 runner. He's pretty new, so I'm not really sure about his history. He's kind of new on the scene, being in the top runners. So, yeah, I'm just going to put him at 8th. Well, he seems like he could be a solid pick. Now, on the women's side, listen, this 100-meter hurdles for the women is stacked this year. There's so many, like I could think of 15 women that could be in this final, but there's only 8 that could make it. So it was pretty challenging. But winning, I gotta say, Camacho Quinn. Once she has a good race, I don't think there's anyone that could beat her. If she hits a hurdle or she has a bad start, I could see someone else winning the race. But if all goes well, I think she's going to win. She won last year at Tokyo. Can't really vote against that. Alyssa Johnson, Lele. I think she's going to pull an upset and get second. Yeah, I think she can. Her mentality right now, I think she really wants to win. I think she's going to medal. And I think she's going to beat some people to get there. So Lele, I got at second. She got second at the U.S. Championships to Kenny Harrison. But I think once he gets to Eugene, she's going to go off. Yeah, she's not even sponsored yet. So I think she's going to do something special. For sure. She's got that motivation behind her. Kendra Harrison. I got Kenny Harrison at third, getting bronze behind Lele. Looks a little crazy, but Kenny hasn't been super consistent. I mean, her times kind of go up and down, but she's definitely medaling. I can see her getting second over Lele. I can see that, but I think Lele doing something crazy is going to happen. But Kenny Harrison, definitely going to medal, definitely getting third. I don't see any less from her. Nia Ali, world champion from 2019. I think she's going to get fourth. I think she's going to miss out. I think it's going to be a fast final. I think it's going to require a fast time. Not sure if Nia has it in her. She's run solidly this year. I think her fastest time is a 12.4, I believe. So she's going to have to run faster than that, I think, to get top 3. Or at least either 12.4 low, like 12.40 or 12.39. I don't know if she's in that kind of shape. But yeah, I think she's going to put up a fight and get fourth. So fifth, I got Brittany Anderson. I might have spelled her name wrong, unfortunately. I apologize for that. I think it might be with an A. Brittany with the A. But anyway, I don't think she's going to be able to put it together on the big stage. She can run fast, but I don't think she's going to put it together on the big stage, unfortunately. She ran that quick race with Camacho Quinn. She was right next to her, and then she hit the hurdle. Similar thing happened last year in Tokyo. You know, I thought she was going to at least, you know, be in the top 4 in Tokyo, but she wasn't able to put it together. I think she got 6th or 7th in Tokyo. So I don't know, something about big races. I'm not sure if, you know, I'm not feeling too confident about her being in the top 4. Tobi Amusan of Nigeria. She's always solid. She's always there. She's going to run 12.5, 12.4. She's a very solid runner. She's always there in the mix when it comes to these 100-meter hurdles. So I got her at 6th. 7th, I got Megan Tapper. I know she did get the bronze last year, but this year it seems like everyone's running pretty fast. So I can't say the same, that she's going to be top 3 again. I can't say that. I think Brittany Anderson is going to learn a little bit from last year, and I don't think Megan Tapper is going to be able to medal this year. She's run solid. I don't think she's run that fast this year yet. She could run faster, but I got her at 7th. And I got Nadine Visser of the Netherlands. She was in the final last year in Tokyo. She's a solid 12.5. Hurdler, so I think she'll be in the mix again. All right, 40-meter hurdles on the men's side. This one's a little tricky this year. There's some open questions surrounding this event, but first I got Dos Santos. I'm a big, I want to say Rai Benjamin, but Dos Santos has been killing it. He's already ran 46. He's on a mission this year. He's gonna do better than he ran last year. So I see him getting first for sure. He's improving every race. He's on a mission. Second, I got Rai Benjamin. He did have COVID and it was really bad. He's been trying to recover, but I think he's gonna do very well. Not as well as he wants to, but I think he's gonna do well in Eugene. But Dos Santos he's on a mission this year for sure. So I got Rai second. And I do have Kyron McMaster getting third. Now, you might be asking, where's Warholm? Listen, I don't know if Warholm's going to run. He had a hamstring tweak. I don't know what kind of form he's going to be in. We all know he's the Viking. But if your hamstring is bad, like, you can say Viking all you want. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. So if Warholm is not there, Kyron was 4th last year at Tokyo. He ran 47.0. If he improves on that this year, he could definitely medal. Or even if he runs the same time as that this year, he can medal. He's of the Virgin Islands. He was close in that race. You know, I think he can medal. This could be his year. If Warholm's not in it, this could be his year. After this, I got Khalifa Rozier of the USA. He's been running solid. He was running 48s consistently. He ran 47 mid at the US Championships. So I think he's going to be solid here. Next, I got Trevor Bassett. Trevor Bassett also ran well at the US Championship. He ran 47 mid. Huge personal best for him. Is he going to run his PB again at Worlds? We'll see what happens, but I got him as a solid 5th. And I got Rasmus Magai. I don't know what the country name is that he's from. I'm missing it. It's a European country. Is Lithuania? One of them countries in Europe he's from. But he was in the Tokyo Olympic final. So if he is consistent, I think he can be in the mix, but not in the mix as in the front, but towards the end. Next, I got Copello. Yasmani Copello. I think he can do well. He's from Turkey. I think he's always in the mix in the finals at these 400-meter hurdle events. So I see him getting 7th. And last, I got Jahil Hyde of Jamaica. He's a 48 mid runner, 48 low, 48 mid runner. So I see him making the final and getting 8th. 400-meter hurdles. All right. So first, this is obvious. Sidney McLaughlin. He's been killing it. Need I say more? She breaks records every time. Every time she touches the track, she's breaking records. She's doing all she needs to do. It's all business. Like, she breaks the records, gives everyone a thumbs up. This is like, she's about that action, as Marshawn Lynch would say. So, yeah, she's going to do well. We all know that. Femke Bol. I got her getting 2nd. She's been steadily improving. Last year, she got the bronze in Tokyo. But she's been running faster and faster and faster this year. So I see her getting 2nd. Dalilah Muhammad. I got her getting 3rd. We haven't seen much from her this year. I think she was struggling with an injury. So that's something to consider for her. But Dalilah's, she's the only one that can really hang with Sydney right now. Femke is getting there. But Dalilah hasn't shown her form yet. I know she was going to try to do the open 400. That didn't work out, I guess, because of injuries. And she didn't even run at the trials, not even a prelim. So I think she's really trying to recover and be able to perform at Worlds. But I don't think she's going to beat Femke, though. Geneve Russell, I got her in 4th. She won the Jamaican Championships this year. And she was in the Tokyo Olympic final. I think she's gonna do well. Samir Little, I think she's gonna run well as in addition to Russell. She, I think, was 3rd. Was she 3rd at USA's this year at the other championships? I think she was 3rd. But yeah, Samir Little, I can see her doing well on the big stage. I think she won the Diamond League 400-meter hurdle final last year. So I think she'll do well on the big stage. I got Britton Wilson at 6th. She's had a great collegiate season. She runs really well. And I think, yeah, I think she's gonna do well here, for sure. I can see her doing well. Next, we have Anna. I can't pronounce the last name. I'm sorry. From Ukraine. She was in the final last year, and I think she has a PB of 52.9. So if she can get back to that form, she can be in a good competitor in this final. I'm just not sure. She hasn't run anything close to that this year, but you know, she can run 52.9. So I think she could be in the mix for sure. And Next, I have Sion Salmon for 8th place. She's actually run, I think she's in the top 15 in times this year, 400-meter hurdle times. So I think she's going to be in the mix in this final. Or I think she's in top 10 actually, sorry. She's in the top 10 for times this year. So I could see her being in the mix. The 800 meters. Wow, this was really challenging. It's a tough one. But let's get into it. First, I have Wycliffe Kinyamal Kisasi of Kenya winning it. He's run a good time this year. I think he's run 143 high. And it's the quickest time of the year, I believe. One of the quickest times of the year. I see him doing really well. I think the last Diamond League race he was in, he didn't run so hot, but he's run fast. So I think he could put something together to win for sure. Next, I have Jamel Sejati from Algeria. He's run 144 low, I believe, this year. Pretty solid. There's a lot of great Algerian 800-meter runners actually this year. So, and he's one of them. He's been solid. I think this year, if you're running below 145, I think consistently you're bound to be in this final. There's not many people who are running sub 145 consistently this year. So he's one of the people that has been doing that. He's run 144 I think twice this year. So yeah, I see him doing well. And Bryce Hoppel, I gotta have the US in here. I am from the US, but I think Bryce Hoppel is gonna medal this year. I think he's gonna make that final and do well. I think he's gonna do better than his performance in Tokyo. He sold that at USA's. He was in command, in control of that race. And I could see him beating up against the big guys overseas. So, Bryce Hoppel for 3rd, getting that bronze. Next, I have Slimane Moula of Algeria getting 4th. He ran solidly in his race in Stockholm. He had a ferocious kick. The last 100, outkicked everyone. I'm not sure about his consistency to say that he's gonna medal. Yeah, I'm not sure about saying he's gonna medal, but I think he's definitely gonna be in the mix. Bryce is gonna have to be fighting with Mula to get that 3rd position, but I think he's gonna be able to do it for sure. Next, I got Peter Boll of Australia. He was in the mix last year in Tokyo. I think he got 4th last year, but there's a lot of talent this year in the 800 meters, so that's why I got him at 5th. So we'll have to see what happens. But Peter Boll, he's pretty solid. 4th last year in a good race. Last year's final was I think 145s, so it wasn't very quick. But I think this year we may see something quick. Next, we have Mouad Zahafi from Morocco. He's a collegiate runner. He's been running really solid. He won NCAAs. I could see him being in the final on the world stage. I could see him running a good 6th place. Next, we have Benjamin Robert of France. He's run a good time this year, a 144 time, and one of the quickest times of the year, actually, top 10. So I see him being in the mix for sure, getting 7th. And Marco Arup of Canada, I have in 8th. He's not very consistent. He's run fast times. He's run 143 before. I think he ran 143 again this year, but only once. He did the same thing last year. Last year before Tokyo, he ran 143 right before Tokyo, but he was out in the semifinal and he only ran 1:44.9 or something like that. So I don't know, something about the big stage. Maybe he just doesn't perform on the big stage, but in these one-off races, he can run fast. So we'll have to see what happens with him. Women's 800 meter, let's get it in. I think Mo, she's going to win. She always runs well, kills it every time. Not much to say there. It's the thing, Mo. Need I say more? Keely Hoskinson, she did lose her last race against, what's her name? I forgot what her name is from Kenya. Mona from Kenya. I'm going to get to her. But yeah, she did lose her race recently. Got second. But I think she's going to do well on the big stage. She got silver last year. This year, I think she could do well. And Ajay Wilson getting third. I think Ajay is going to medal this year. Last year, what happened in Tokyo, it's not going to happen again. She's going to fight to get that third spot. For sure. Just like she fought. Her and the thing Mo was neck and neck in the U.S. National Championship. So I think Ajay is going to fight, get that third. Oh, Mary Mora. Sorry. Keely lost to Mary Mora. And that's why I have getting fourth in this race. I don't think Mary is going to consistently beat Keely Hoskinson. I think it was just a bad race for Keely. But I got her at fourth. And Raven Rogers, I got getting fifth. I know she has a great kick, but I don't know if she's going to have enough kick to outkick Mary Mora or Ajay Wilson, for that matter. Next, I got Jamariki. She's been running IAT this year. I don't think she's run faster than 2 minutes this year, but she might be able to do that at the final. She did run 1:56 last year in Tokyo, which is fast. She wasn't able to medal, unfortunately, but she ran pretty quick. So I could see her doing well here. And Rosemary Almanza, she has run fast in the past, but we haven't seen her come to fruition in the championships. But she can run a fast 800. You know, and even on a bad day, I think she can beat most people. So I got her getting seventh. She ran 1:56 last year before, but she couldn't make that happen at the Olympics. But she can make the final, 7th place. And I got Natoya Gould of Jamaica getting 8th. Natoya, she's kind of up and down in her races throughout the year. Sometimes she runs fast, sometimes she doesn't. However, she's definitely going to make that final. And I see her getting 8th. So yeah, that's all my picks for the short sprints, the hurdles, and the 800 meters. I might do a video on the relays and the field events. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let me know about these picks in the comments. Let me know if you think I'm wrong about something. If you think I'm going to making a mistake. I want to rack up as many points as I can. So any feedback is definitely appreciated. Again, it's not a gambling thing. I'm a fan of the sport, and I want to make a video just highlighting all the top athletes and seeing how they're going to measure up when the day comes. And we'll see who wins in 10 days at the World Championships. So we'll see you guys.